How do I deal with feeling lonely? Techniques to handle loneliness. Have you ever felt alone in the world? Whether you're lonely because you're by yourself or feel alone in a crowd of people, loneliness can be painful and isolating. If you're experiencing this, first, know that you are not alone. According to a recent Harvard Graduate School of Education report, 36% of all Americans feel serious loneliness. This includes 61% of young adults and 51% of mothers with young children. Hi, I'm David Yadish, LPCC, a licensed therapist with BetterHelp. Dealing with loneliness isn't always easy, but there are effective ways you can cope, and you don't have to do it by yourself. In this video, we'll go over how to deal with loneliness, including evidence-based strategies that can help you navigate these feelings and regain your sense of connection and belonging. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in. Do other people feel lonely? If you're feeling lonely, sometimes just knowing that many others around the globe are experiencing the same feelings can be a helpful first step. As I mentioned earlier, nearly 40% of Americans feel serious loneliness, according to one study. And another study found that more than 3 in 5 Americans are lonely. That's around 60%. Reminding yourself that there are millions of other people feeling similarly to you may help to reduce the perception of isolation. Also remember that it's possible to feel lonely even if you have a loved one, significant other, children, or lots of friends, and what you're experiencing can be normal. How can I nurture existing relationships? A tip for navigating loneliness is to focus on nurturing existing relationships. Loneliness can make us pull away from our friends, family, and significant others, even when we desire those connections. By nurturing those existing relationships instead, you may start to feel more connected and may develop deeper bonds that help you feel less alone. If the people you love or care about already seem distant, it can be hard to take the first step towards strengthening those bonds again. So maybe you can start with something small, like a text message or a phone call to begin a conversation. You can also use social media to reconnect with those you've lost touch with. Consider inviting them over for dinner to catch up. Or you could create reoccurring plans with them, like watching a favorite TV show together each week. As you begin to nurture these relationships, consider scheduling time each day or week for calling or visiting a friend or family member. How can I practice positive self-talk? Positive self-talk can be another strategy for combating loneliness. When you're feeling lonely, it can be easy to get caught up in negative thought patterns about ourselves that make us feel even worse and even more alone. We might say things like, "No one wants to be around me," or "I'm no fun to be around anyway." By incorporating more positive self-talk, you can show yourself a bit more compassion and self-love. Make an effort to catch these negative thoughts and replace them with a positive message instead, like, "I'm sure my friend will be just as excited to reconnect with me as I am to reconnect with them." Talking positively about yourself and your life can change how you view yourself and how you go about your day. The process of positive self-talk may take practice, but it can be a key piece of addressing loneliness. How can I try to feel less lonely? Try a new hobby. Another way to shift your mindset away from feeling lonely is by trying out a new hobby. Boredom can add weight on top of loneliness, giving us time to ruminate and stew in negative feelings. If you're already dealing with feelings of loneliness or social isolation, sitting by yourself in boredom could intensify those feelings. Instead, try to find something you enjoy to occupy your time and give your mind something else to focus on. Hobbies that you do by yourself can be fun and beneficial, but it may be even better to attempt ones that get you out of the house and allow you to connect with others. For instance, if you love knitting and often do it by yourself, maybe you can find a club or a group to knit with instead. Or if you like to cook or paint, maybe you can try a cooking class or art class. Find volunteer opportunities. Similarly, putting yourself in places where you can meet new, like-minded people can also help improve loneliness. But sometimes just going out into public places doesn't do the trick, especially for people who are shy or experience social anxiety. That's why volunteering can be so beneficial. By volunteering, you're not only putting yourself in a place where you can meet people, but you'll also be focused on a task. This may help prevent feelings of awkwardness that might arise in more open-ended, unstructured situations. It can also give you something to look forward to if you're struggling with finding meaning in your life. An additional benefit of volunteering is that you can choose a cause that interests you, so that the people you meet are likely to have similar interests. For example, if you love animals, you might consider volunteering at a local animal shelter. There, you'll get to connect with fellow animal lovers while contributing to a cause close to your heart. What are the effects of being lonely? Another way to combat being lonely is by recognizing the effects it's having on you. Loneliness can impact an individual's physical and mental health in a number of ways. Studies show that loneliness and social isolation can increase blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and affect brain functioning. Loneliness can also disrupt your sleep and negatively impact your eating patterns and exercise levels. Loneliness and social isolation are also frequently associated with depression, anxiety, substance use, and other conditions. If you're experiencing loneliness, it's not something to take lightly. It can have wide-ranging negative effects, so it's important to address. And oftentimes, a first step to addressing it is recognizing what exactly you're experiencing. Seek help from a mental health professional. Finally, it's important to remember that while navigating feelings of loneliness can be difficult, you don't have to do it alone. Professional help is available, and platforms like BetterHelp can connect you with a licensed therapist. A therapist can help you explore the factors behind your feelings and find ways to cope and move forward. Other concerns surrounding your emotions can be addressed in treatment as well. For example, if you've recently lost a family member or a close friend, you may be experiencing both loneliness and grief. Having an experienced professional there to support you through the healing process can make all the difference. What are some strategies you've used to combat loneliness in your life? Comment down below and explore others' comments for more tips on how to deal with loneliness. And if you found this video helpful, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more wellness strategies. Next, check out our video on 7 factors about loneliness, along with more ways to navigate it. Loneliness can be painful, but it doesn't have to be permanent. There are ways to move forward and regain a sense of connection. To start, you might consider trying some of these suggestions, such as nurturing existing relationships, practicing positive self-talk, trying a new hobby, and seeking professional help in person or online. You don't need to face loneliness alone. Thanks again for joining us today. Take care, remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.